Good morning. It is the Doomlink's Live Hunts series, and I'm here with Link again. Do you remember this guy? Well, I have, on numerous occasions, come into the online, I don't know, servers, I guess, yeah, whatever word would be appropriate. And, well, I would come into the online rooms, and this guy, invariably, is sitting in a room with a maximum of 3 allowed for the room, but he'd be sitting there on his own, and the room would be called Playing with Friends. That is the situation with this room as well. He changes the name all the time. Today he feels like calling it Megadeth, the band, of course, hence the spelling. But again, I mean, we're currently 2 out of 3 players, and the comment is Playing with Friends. I've never seen this guy playing with his so-called friends. He's always sitting here in a room alone. So, I don't know if it's a cry for help or what, but I'll tell you one thing, I'm getting fucking sick of this being one of the only decent rooms to join. He's sitting there alone, and there's no prospect of a full room, you know, forming, because he can't actually allow for 4 people in the room. I don't know what that's about. I do seem to vaguely recall that there was someone that I played with in the past who would disconnect. No, that was in Hunsterverse. There was some guy that I was playing with that would disconnect if 4 hunters joined, which was, you know, true. I did witness it myself, but, you know, unless that guy has a similar issue, fuck him. I'm sick of it. Anyway, so I'm going to organize myself for a Savage Devil Joe hunt. When I joined the room, he rather unceremoniously said, pick. And I responded with Savage Devil Joe, and he responded by winking at me. I don't know if I'm one of his friends now, but he winked at me, okay? That much I can attest to. Now, let me get my chat up before I forget. Because, I mean, not that I would really forget. Reading what you guys have to say, yes, is an important part of the experience for me. 0 viewers. Yeah, that's what gets me up in the morning. 0 viewers. Okay, so I'm keeping this guy waiting, but admittedly I am somewhat stalling, so that I may hunt with at least 3 people. I don't especially want to 2-man this thing. It is Savage Devil Joe. He's one of the hardest monsters in this game. He's not desperately difficult. He's mildly challenging. But he may become desperately difficult if we're 2-manning him. I may bring... No, do I want to bring a greatsword? Do I want that in my life right now? May as well, huh? May as well. We will bring the Netherlufractress, I think it's called. It's actually Lufactress, whatever. It would be better as Lufractress, actually. Because it sounds fractal. How that would relate to the greatsword, I don't know, but... No, it's actually Lufactress. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, but... I don't know what most of these weapon names mean. They get very creative with the English language, let me tell you. That's not to suggest that they're making up words. Well, I guess they are. But they all have a basis in something that actually exists. Just very, very strange words. That's right. Event quests. That is what I need. It is called Bottomless Beast. There it is. Good name for a quest. This guy is... It seems that everyone has failed to understand that the primary weakness of this monster is actually thunder. I'm just going to tell him. I mean, he can find out for himself. It's a nice set, I'm not going to deny it, but the primary weakness is not dragon. He can take this information on board, or he can promptly ignore me. I'm not all that concerned, but I feel like I need to share this, you know, supposedly closely guarded secret, because no one seems to know. Link has responded but remains readied up, which is enough of a statement in and of itself to say that he doesn't give a damn. With the greatest respect, you're fucking wrong, okay? What? I have told you the situation. Savage Deviljho is weaker to thunder than he is to dragon. Your response was dragon. Okay. This seems like it's going to be a pretty scintillating discussion. In fact, I don't think you could call it a discussion. Hello. Palkia Dialga. Thank you for the subscription. Oh no, sorry. That was Vernon. You both start with P, okay? I thought it was Palkia who subscribed. Thank you for the resub, Vernon. I'm doing well. Oh, apparently Palkia usually gets kicked when he joins the room with Link. I may end up in the same situation, because I've explained to this guy that this monster is not primarily weak to dragon, but he asserts dragon. Not that it's better, or anything in particular, he just says dragon. Which I suppose is an endorsement for dragon, in general. My beer today, by the way, is a 14% Imperial Stout. 14% alcohol by volume. Imperial Stout, and this guy's fucking ready to go. He's like, oh, what's keeping you, man? I'd like to hunt with people. And I don't especially want a two-man when you're literally geared up suboptimally. Asshole. What the hell is going on? Let's two-man, come on, man. Guess what? You're doing less damage than you could be. Considerably less, actually. This guy is designed... Well, he is not designed. His loadout is designed to capitalize on dragon damage. He's literally got dragon attack up with a high dragon greatsword. And it's not even the most effective element against this monster. So... And there you go. Oh, that's a lot of flavor. Just got punched in the mouth with flavor. Practically. That's what that felt like. I ate for Exchanger. Presumably I succeeded in getting it. Now we just need to succeed in completing the hunt. We're both running Greatsword, which is somewhat refreshing. But only one of us is doing optimal damage. Well, I suppose this is the thing. It's not something that I would necessarily nitpick over. It's just that there's only two of us. And so I would like us to have the best possible loadouts. But we don't. Because this guy is both impudent and belligerent, as far as I'm concerned. Just complete refusal to accept what I've said. I acknowledge that he is probably not able to speak English well, but he can speak it well enough to understand what I bloody said to him. Why are you dropping a trap now? Save it for the exhaustion, man. What's the point? Now when the exhaustion comes, we're not gonna... Oh, yeah, great. Now when the exhaustion comes, we're not going to have as effective... What? That is not how you get a monster in a trap! Jesus! Just so you can place more bombs. Oh, this guy infuriates me. I'm not saying that he's got a completely illegitimate way of playing, but it pisses me off. Like, dear Lord, how on earth did you get in that trap? Quite ironically, the bombs missed, and he deserved that, honestly. That's what I would like to say. Anyway. What are you doing? Deviljho needed a moment to decide what he was doing. I'm not attacking him in that fucking entranceway. If Link wants to end up in the next area, he's welcome to end up there, but... I'm not very interested in that myself. Kayamba has already farcasted out. Because he's bloody useless. Well, this Deviljho is a little bit too big for the Greatsword. You'll notice that my attack actually couldn't reach him. Oh, fucking hell. That is a nasty attack in that it can actually catch you in the way that it appeared that it would. Just there. It's not a happy attack. It's a sad attack. I didn't really want to roll forward. I mean, he only had to wait this long. Look, he's already exhausted for fuck's sake. I forgot to bring the meat because, I don't know. I was so distracted by the fact that this guy refused to use thunder that I neglected to bring my meat, but still. I can only hope that that dealt the damage, you know. I've got defense down, which is a terrible thing. What is my dragon defense, actually? Negative 15, not too bad. I mean, it's not great, but negative dragon defense is pretty typical. You really do suck, don't you, Devil Joe? How could you not hit me in that situation? Whoa. I'm trying my best to hit him, but he's actually too big. Getting sick of it. He's doing pirouettes now. I don't want to be getting my attacks off on the feet. I mean, unless it knocks him down, which would be helpful, but... Mighty nice time for a pitfall trap, huh? Yeah, about that. Thank you. See, that's what I've been trying to get. A nice level 3 charge on the stomach, but he keeps fucking being too tall. I suppose he can't help how he was born, but... I can right that wrong by ending his life, I suppose. That would be one thing I can do. I don't even have time to take a drink. This is saddening. Yes, okay. Good for you, Ibirujul. See that? Can't even reach his stomach. This guy cannot even resist a roar. He's using a greatsword and has lost his opportunity to get damage off during roars. That's, you know, you're basically foregoing so much damage and failing to do that. Failing to get an armor skill that can resist roars. It's a staple for greatsword, and it's not like... It's not some eccentric strategy, it's just... Thank you again for... Oh, what, I don't really know what's going on with this guy. Is he stupid? Why has he waited until now to drop a pitfall trap when it's going to be least effective? Now, technically, elemental damage should be higher while he's enraged like this, but... That wasn't why he dropped it last time. I think he's just dropping it whenever he fucking feels like it. It's bizarre. Like, why would you be doing that? It's honestly shocking. That was my opportunity to take a drink. Oh, fucking hell. As long as you let me dive, I'm fine. Anyway. Like, how disappointing. Really. 2 wasted pitfall traps as far as I'm concerned. Does he not understand just how much more effective a trap is when the monster is exhausted? Does he not care? Is he just dropping random traps? I don't know. Ugh, can I shield in time? Yes. I don't like shielding it, but I'd rather shield it and lose sharpness than take the hit. Do I still have defense down? What is going on? How long is this going to last? I don't think I've been recently hit. Again, he's already exhausted. This is the thing. It is inexcusable to not take advantage... You are currently upswinging with your greatsword. It is inexcusable to not take advantage of Devil Joe's exhaustion when he's a monster that is constantly exhausted. Constantly. I'm saving my trap for the capture, okay? I haven't told him that I want to capture, but I do. It's because I need black blood and it drops more easily when... you capture him. But seriously. I should have brought meat, I realised that. I usually do for this monster, but I forgot. I was distracted. Why are you flash bombing? I suppose throwing one during the exhaustion may be more effective. I haven't really considered that, but... Yeah. I actually find myself... For goodness sake. I find myself disincentivized to attack the weak point because I'm worried that I'm going to commit to a level 3 charge only to not get it off. It's possible that I've actually dealt the damage every time by way of lag compensation, because that usually is something that takes place, but I don't know that for sure. I would prefer to be able to successfully hit the fucking monster on my screen, and that has not been happening as frequently as I would like, because, again, this monster is too damn big, and well, no, I understand why my defense down has been reinstated, but still, I feel like I've had defense down for most of this stupid hunt. Do I have critical draw on this? I think I do. It's my high-grade earplug set that doesn't have it. Ugh. This is the thing. The guy doesn't want to hunt with a full group, presumably because the game becomes too easy if he hunts with 4 people, but conversely, he doesn't want to implement good strategy. Like, it's kind of interesting. He doesn't care about the monster's weakness. He doesn't care about making use of Devil Joe's exhaustion, which is the basic thing that you do with Devil Joe. He literally presents it to you as something to take advantage of. Thank you. Did I depart with maximum potions, or have I actually healed this much? Not too sure, but anyway. I suppose it's the defense down, really. I'm having to heal more than I should be. Thankfully I got that off on the stomach. It helps to charge your greatsword, actually. That's one thing that I found, Link, just to impart a bit of knowledge onto you. Here we go. Get away with what you can, and don't commit to what you can't successfully connect with. Yeah. I think he charges his greatsword, it's just he doesn't have the willingness to go for a charge, you know, in certain situations. That's the mark of a greatsword user versus someone who only casually uses it. The ability to assess the situation and determine what charges you can get away with. Charge hesitancy really is the death. Look at him going combo greatsword. I'm going to start watching him. You're probably in a better position to watch how he plays than I am. I'm too busy trying to play the damn game, but I think he's actually going combo greatsword. Dear Lord. Look at him go! Well, now you're going to charge, huh? Well, at least you can charge now. At least he knows that it helps to charge his greatsword. That's one good thing. But that fucking hesitancy, if you're not willing to charge your greatsword while hunting this monster, don't bring a greatsword. Like, actually don't bring one. If you lack confidence, this is not the fucking quest to be bringing something that you're unable to use effectively. It's really embarrassing, to be honest. What are you attacking? The tail? Yeah. Went for a level 2 there just to make sure I could get it on the stomach. Whoop. Thank you for that. Ended up off target because of that. You know, so there are certain people that you don't mind two-manning a monster with. This is not one of those people. This is really not one of those people. Thank you again. With Devil Joe, sometimes you need to take the hit to get a hit off, but it's usually just a little hit, just his little turnaround bite. Oh, look at me actually dealing damage. Meanwhile, he's standing there covering his ears. I wonder if there's a skill that could prevent that. Wonder if there's a skill that's really easy to get in this game. 10-point skill, man. Wouldn't it be nice? It might actually assist in damage dealing with the greatsword. May even assist in... All he's doing is draw attacks and fucking... This is pathetic. It is not first generation Monster Hunter, my friend. I need to stop getting emotional about it because, quite frankly, he's never going to change the way he's playing. He's not going to suddenly have an epiphany during the hunt, which reveals to him that he's actually dealing fuck all in terms of damage. Inappropriate element. Not, like, literally inappropriate. The monster does take damage from Dragon, but... And a decent amount of damage from Dragon, but the point is that he could be dealing more damage, elementally. But on top of that, he doesn't have the ability to resist roars, which is lowering his DPS, and furthermore, he can't fucking charge his greatsword with confidence because, I don't know, he doesn't know how to fight. He either doesn't know how to use a greatsword, or he doesn't know how to fight a Deviljho. It's one of the two. Why am I doing that? What a weird habit. Don't know what that was about. I saw a roar coming and decided to go for the shield. Very well. Hello, Kodoku. Yeah, I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt and assumed that when that was a solid flash bomb. He went for the sharpen anyway. He's like, oh well, I've thrown it, so at least I've registered my desire for him to stay in one place and not hit me while I'm sharpening. But, this is the thing. I gave him the benefit of the doubt when I first saw him not charging. I assumed that that was that particular situation, and for one reason or another, he was not confident to charge in that moment. But I've watched him since, and he doesn't really charge his greatsword. He goes in for the fight, right? Oh, that did catch me. Fucking hell, I do not have the potions for this. No, you don't. Leave me alone! Alright, good, you're slowing down. Anyway... he's going in for the... Oh, whoops, I do not have any elemental damage. Shit, this is not the time. I do not have null berries. What is going on? This is not good. My damage just got severely reduced. Fortunately, we got through it, but fucking hell. No, not good job, actually, Link. I would honestly disagree with that. I'm just gonna... Yeah, Deviljho Gem. I'm gonna pray that I get some black blood here. If I don't, then... Waste of a fucking hunt. Hello, bread users. Vile Fang, please give me black blood. I realize it's harder when you kill, but... I saw no indication that the monster was limping, and quite frankly, I had no idea how much damage we were dealing to the thing. I don't know. He's applauding, which is awkward. Anyway. It is what it is. Look, I'm just frustrated that he is unwilling to make a room for 4 people. That's really where my frustrations begin. And then he wants to 2-man, and please give me black blood. Thank you. At least 1 is better than none. Ugh. I don't know if I needed 2 more or 1 more, but I've got some black blood from this hunt. So that was a Gold Crown Large. There's my first Gold Crown Large Deviljho. Holy shit. I can't believe it. It took me that long to get a Gold Crown Deviljho? I've been playing this game since it came out, and I didn't have a Gold Crown Deviljho? What's going on? Well, that's significant. Okay, now how many have I killed? Hunter's Notes. Monster List. Ibirujo. Holy shit. Almost 100 killed. And, well, I suppose I was expecting that I had killed more than this. That would be the reason why I was expecting to have both crowns, but I'm surprisingly killed less than, well, I should say hunted. I've surprisingly hunted less than 100 of them. So, I suppose that's appropriate. I can't quite remember the size of World Eater Deviljho. Was it in the 3000s? It's strange, I did at one time remember the World Eater Deviljho size, but it's escaped my mind now. But yeah, much bigger than that, of course. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to pray that I have all the black blood that I need, but I somehow feel that I don't have it. Because I think I needed 2 last time, and the last quest that I did actually yielded 0 black blood. Yeah. Well, why is it that he makes a room for friends, but there are never any friends to speak of in the room? What's that about? Link has posted something. Okay, apparently he does want to do quests of his own. What's he got for... You dick. You fucking dick. No. I may not have another room to join, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Yuli, oh my god, it's Yuli. He's a good friend of mine. Oh shit, that's funny. What are the chances? Yuli saved the live stream. Cheers to you, man. Oh dear. Come on, let's do it. Come on. Well, you don't want to arm wrestle me now? Come on. Yuli's probably good at this, by the way. I should have taken that seriously. Holy shit. I'm not surprised. It would take someone who's been playing since 1st gen to beat me at arm wrestling, even when I'm not taking it seriously. I have to take it seriously next time. I'll have to take it seriously. I can't stand for that. If I try my best and Yuli beats me, fine. Actually, interestingly, I'm using the same controller that I used to use back then in Try. Holy shit. Slipped off it, I might lose. Shit. I slipped off my analog stick. You need a really consistent rotation on it. Well, respect. Oh, I got a message from Link. Here we go. Well, you posted 4-point formation, asshole. I got a question mark. Well, don't post 4-point formation. That would be my recommendation. Fucking hell. For anyone who doesn't know, 4-point formation is an arena quest that everyone uses to get HRP to rank up quickly. And I am so unwilling to do that hunt because there was a period of time, I think it was between, let's say, 2015 and 2017, when literally everyone was doing 4-point formation. You'd get rooms of people doing 4-point formation. And yeah, I was sucked into it for a short time, not for very long, because it was boring and stupid and I saw no value in it. But yeah, I really don't need to do that hunt, especially not with 2 people. I can live without that. Ring of the Silver Soul. Fair enough. I may actually run Greatsword again. I'm in a bit of a Greatsword mood. I actually neglected to check whether I could make my switch axe. Let's have a bit of a look. Selegia something or other. Of course, 1 more black blood. That is what I was expecting, but I'm still saddened to see that. Sorry, just making a microphone adjustment. Alrighty. You really saved the live stream, I have to tell you, because I was not going to do 4-point formation with that guy. And, you know, if I didn't have this room to join, I would have no one to play with. The other room had a high rank, and there was also another room with a guy who was hunt rank 1, so yeah. No thank you. I said that I would keep with Greatsword, so I will equip the Excalibur sword. sadly does not actually have purple sharpness, but it's still a good greatsword, I guess. Yuli's running Nibble Snuff Gunlance, which I do not often see in this game. It's not a common one. There must be another water Gunlance that's good. What is it? Water Gunlance. Plesioth, I think, isn't it? Yeah. I think Plesioth Gunlance is notably better, but doesn't matter. Did I get hot drinks? Not that I need them for this hunt necessarily. Yes, I did get them. I will delete these VE tickets. Okay. I think we're good to go. I have not been asking to play with Yuli. There was a short period of time when I was saying to Yuli, hey, you want to hunt? And he'd be like, yeah. And then we'd do it. But I haven't done that recently. Because I sort of expect that he wouldn't be willing to play all that often. But I guess he is, you know, he's on and he's hunting. Is he the back hop off the edge? Alright. He may be live as well, I don't know, but he doesn't actually do commentary or anything, so that's worth mentioning. Actually, I think he said his capture card was broken, so maybe not. He had a capture card, but it's since bit the dust. I'm gonna do an upswing, wow! It's because I was off target, so I needed to hit behind me. Doomlink upswinging with the greatsword, what is going on? I think I got that off on the wing, I would hope so. Let's fucking keep him in place. In place. Whoops, the tail actually pushed me off target there. Pushed me away, in fact. You asshole. Get out of the air. Someone named Twipsy joined the room. Don't know if that's supposed to be tipsy, but because he's tipsy, he's typed Twipsy, or if it's totally unrelated to that word. And that whole idea. I don't think Gunlance would be fun with Silver Rathalos. I don't recall having used it recently against this monster, but I think a bit of mobility would be nice. Admittedly, I'm using the least mobile weapon type in the game, but... Hi there, who want to wrestle me? It was rather difficult to do that while we're on a hunt, so if you could be patient, we'll all arm wrestle you. Me, says Yuli. Let's go, says Twipsy. That's not how that works, man. What, would you like us to abandon the hunt? Yuli's having to explain to this person that we're on a hunt. For God's sake. I realise that I'm in the way of the chat, but I will show it to you at some point. Here you go. Well, I was gearing up for a smash charge until that happened. Yeah, Yuli's apologising, I think. Or perhaps not, and he was just walking in one direction. He intentionally took a hit as an apology. That's one way to apologise, hey? I will sacrifice my life for what I have done. It's alright, it's Gunlance, I know how it works. Kayamba is trying to poison this monster. Go for it, man. Kayamba just took that hit in the face, for me. Hello, Brachydios. That feels weird to say. Hello, Bracky dear. Yeah. How far? Well, fucking hell. The longer you talk to us, or the more frequently you talk to us, the longer it's going to take for us to complete the hunt. I'm gonna say 6 minutes. Ow! This is what happens when you're too busy typing to people who want to distract you from the hunt. Also, Greatsword is a nasty choice against a monster that doesn't want to get out of the fucking air. Yeah, okay. Good on you. I'll do critical draw attacks. Precise, yes. Yuli says 7 minutes or 6. Again, it's from now, and I think we'll definitely sub 10 this, but yeah, we'll see. But again, I stress that the more we talk to this guy, the longer this is going to take. Because when we do type to him, we have to sort of create some distance between ourselves and the monster, and then have to get back into the hunt afterwards, and it's, you know, it's better if we're staying focused on dealing consistent damage. And typing to someone is by no means conducive to that sort of thing. Yes, you're very dynamic, Rathalos. Very good of you. You will not stay out of the air. At least not for very long. What's the time at your location? Asks Twipsy. As exciting a point of discussion this is, I really don't want to talk about it. Yuli just responded with 5. May have misunderstood what he meant. Oh, great. Give me an opportunity to take a drink anyway. This Twipsy guy. I mean, I really should be trying to attack the monster while it's in place, but... You know, Greatsword against this monster was a bad idea. Because this arsehole will not stay still. And he will not stay on the ground either. Good opportunity for a pitfall. Either way. Can't fucking see anything. Yuli responded with 5, I think, with the belief that Twipsy was asking about what, like how far into the quest we were, but he was actually asking what time it was, where we live. Please don't shoot your gunlands. I wanted a nice level 3 on the wing there, and I got it, which is fortunate. Get out of the fucking air. Dark Dead visited the port. Dark Dead. Yeah, that's a scary name. Wow, we've got hola, hello, salud, hello. This guy is speaking 4 fucking languages here. Good on him. Very good. Very good. Would have preferred a critical draw attack, but, you know. 1 moment, please. Changing set, says Dark Dead. Well, let me tell you, there is no fucking rush. I pressed the button to attack. A good flash bomb. Twipsy informs us that it is 4:15 AM where he lives. Wow. What a terrible sleep schedule, right? I mean, I went to sleep at like 3 AM last night, but... Or I guess this morning, but... And Dark Dead literally responded with, wow, WAO. This chat... I'd better at least give you the opportunity to read it, because there's stuff going on in here, you know. Get out of the way, Doomlink. Let us read it. I should be pretty much out of the way. I will never use a greatsword against this thing again. Stop! It does entertain me that the exhausted run from Arathalos is just the normal run from the old games. It's very funny, actually. He says he just came home from fucking where? He's been out. He said it again! Okay, it's alright. You are free to change your set whenever you want, man. There's no rush, we are in a hunt. And I think Yuli and I have had our expectations dashed. We were certainly expecting to have killed this monster by now. But it is not dead. And I do regret that. Fine. Well, I'd better try to get out of this. Oh, that was very close to not actually having worked. That was very nicely done. I was expecting to actually die from that. Because of course, instead of healing myself, I went for the damage opportunity. Dark Dead is of Peru. He is part of Peru. His composition, ow, is one with Peru. I'll take that. Very satisfying. Although I do need to, well, I don't need to sharpen because the monster's dead. Fucking hell. I may, well, actually I won't sharpen. Yeah, excuse me. I will not carve is the word that I wanted to use. How can he be from Peru? I'm literally in Peru and it's 9 PM. I think, no, that's not the, that's not Twipsy who's from Peru, that's Dark Dead. The person who said that it was 4 AM was Twipsy. I don't know where, oh, Twipsy's in Austria, so in Austria it's 4 AM? But Dark Dead is in Peru. So, there you go. What are the chances of having 2 Peruvians at this point? One in game, one in chat. How about that? Well, no. It will be very difficult, well, it would be pointless to talk during the hunt, Brachydios, if you can't actually hunt with anyone. You can't play online on the 3DS version unless you've got a Wii U, so... At least I believe so. I don't think that the 3DS version has a dedicated online. Maybe it does. I don't know who the hell would be playing, but... Yeah. To play on these servers anyway, you do need to have a Wii U. You can technically still play on the 3DS, but honestly, if you're playing on the 3DS, but connecting to the Wii U servers, that means you have a Wii U, and at that point you may as well just play on the Wii U. Third Strike. Interesting hunt. I haven't seen this posted in a long time. I don't even know if I've done this on camera before. It's unusual. But anyway, let's arm wrestle Twipsy, hey? First cab off the rank. My hands have warmed up now. Frustratingly, I was in better form there by far in that moment versus when I was taking on Yuli. I have to fucking beat Yuli today. Has to happen. No, no, I said Yuli, Twipsy, get away. Come on. No, Twipsy, get out of here. I know I said rematch, but I said Yuli, didn't I? Alright, I should be in better form. Shit, he's good. Fucking hell. Well, I can't argue with that. He's a fucking arm wrestle champion. Go Quest, says Doug. Okay. Sorry, fuck. No, I concede defeat. Good on him. Again, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, this is... He's probably more well practiced at this than I am, but anyway. I doubt he's using an auto controller. I can't imagine it. But anyway. Common elemental weakness, I think, across all the monsters is fire, isn't it? No, it's not. I will go with raw damage, and I'm going to use something that's not a great sword because I'm sick of it. Actually, I may bring slime, that could be an idea. What's a fun slime weapon? Something weird. Do I have a slime gun lance? I don't think I actually have a slime gun lance in this game, interestingly. Oh no, I do. But remember, no, I do have a slime gun lance, excuse me. We had this conversation in the last recording. It's actually better to use, at least in my opinion, the actual Brachydios gun lance rather than Progenesis. Progenesis is worse in my opinion. And I do have the Brachydios gun lance, wherever it is. Where is it? Here it is. Zvolta Demolisher. You compare these stats, and also consider the shot type. I think that the Brachydios one is considerably better. But anyway. You know what? I can't help myself. I do have to go and equip the actual Brachydios one now. And I don't often use it, so it'll feel good. Zvolta Demolisher. Dark Dead is so fucking impatient. Could you see, can you actually believe that this guy left in a huff because we didn't join up on his quest fast enough? Well, actually, it wasn't even his quest. What a fool. I mean, seriously, I'm here now. He could have waited an extra, I don't know, 120 seconds and he'd be on a hunt. I don't know where the fuck he thinks he's gone. I don't think there are any other rooms. This is as good as it gets. We've got 4 people here. Good hunters. All G rank. He's being an idiot. He's literally given up the golden opportunity because he's an impatient idiot. Dark Dead from Peru, everyone. Remember him. Absolute dork. Anyway. I don't know why this guy is so curious to know our time of day. Apparently... Oh, it's also 4 AM for Yuli. Yuli's in France, so... Yeah, Twipsy says, wow. I'm in Australia. Peru does not condone Dark Dead's action. Good. I neglected to add the S to the word actions there. I did intend to add it, but I did not. It was swallowed up. Very cool looking gun lance, isn't it? Makes me wonder why I don't use it more often. I don't know if that's the direction we want to go, Twipsy. I believe he spawns over here. That is not special or hidden or by any means esoteric information. It's sort of normal. Everyone knows it. Except for you, seemingly. I feel much better about using this gun lance. It's just fucking better, okay? This is the one that presumably gives better wyvern fire damage. Yeah. There you go. As evidenced by the clean fucking knockdown. Oops. Oh, never mind. I thought he was doing the spin attack. Speaking of spin attack, Tipsy's doing one and just spun out. Holy shit. I don't know if that was somehow my fault. I don't think it was. The only way that I could have negatively influenced his attack combo was by interrupting it by hitting him, but I didn't. He just spun out on his own. Maybe he thinks that's how you're supposed to do it. Let's watch him. Oh, never mind, he got hit. Two hammer users, huh? It is a big head to hit, I will admit. There you go, some slime fucking damage. Yeah. Haha, what time is it for you guys? Also, do you happen to know the 3-digit code on the back of your credit card? Well, fortunately we haven't gotten that personal yet. We'll give it time. Maybe he's leading up to that. It's hard to know. All I can say is that he's probably not a very trustworthy character. I'm also thoroughly convinced that he doesn't know how to use a hammer. Well, Yurli took the hit, unfortunately. I'm so glad that I'm here hunting with Yurli, honestly. It was not planned at all, but, I mean, we've played a lot together. We've played a lot of... I mean, we've played Monster Hunter 1 together, Monster Hunter Freedom 1 together, Monster Hunter Portable together. And here we are playing this game. Like, I'm literally just here, hunting randomly, and he's made a room. So, that's nice. I appreciate that. Usually we do coordinate these things, but not today. I will be sure to ask him if he wants to hunt in future. Did I literally just shield 3 consecutive attacks from this stupid monster? Yeah, come on. You're a bit slow, aren't you? That would be a good fucking screenshot if you could screenshot it at the right moment. Someone has to go back through the live stream and screenshot my body inside the mouth of Nibblesnar. Like my body going, ugh, inside the mouth. Because I can guarantee you that there's at least one frame there where that's going on. Alright. And it would be a fucking good shot. Mega potions? Yes. One would expect that. It just so happens that I'm in need of 3, so I will carve for 3. Twipsy said, I forgot. It helps to mention what you forgot. Maybe he forgot what the next monster is? Actually, I'm not entirely sure where Grey Jaggy spawns. Twipsy's very confusing. He says, I forgot only potions. Oh. But does that mean that he's only brought potions? And that he's got mega potions? Like, I don't know what that means. Oh, he forgot that it's only potions for calves. I see. He probably needed one of these monsters, possibly Nibblesnarf. Like, let's say, for example, he wanted Nibblesnarf materials and thought that it would be more fun to do this quest than a standard Nibblesnarf quest. But he has obviously regretted that decision because you don't get regular calves from Nibblesnarf. You instead get mega potions. That is what he forgot. I had to take some time to make sense of that. Much of what I just said was, in fact, the vast majority of what I just said was not spoken. Or typed out. Written. But I had to make sense of it. Not to be self-congratulatory about it, but, you know. Goodbye. I'd say just 2 slime explosions on their own would probably kill a fucking Great Jaggy. If you could do that, if you could just instantly touch a monster and not even deal damage with the weapon, but just create a slime explosion, probably 2 would kill a Great Jaggy. That's how damaging slime explosions are. Maybe not 2, maybe 3. That's why slime was nerfed. And became Blast. Unrelated to the nerf, incidentally. They changed it to Blast because it made sense, I suppose, to have slime in this game, because it was supposed to be Brachydios' special status. But the thing is that they realized that it wasn't really sustainable. It wasn't a good idea to make it slime for monsters such as Teostra, for example, or Crimson Fatalis. Where's the slime in those hunts, you know? So yeah, Blast is a more sensible word to use. It's got a little bomb icon. I think that makes sense. Come on. Show yourself. Explosive Fatalis Booger. Jeez. Very good. It's actually intimidating, just the sound of it. Just a fucking Fatalis snot rocket. Instant kill. Worse than the big charge fireball attack. Where he opens his mouth for like 3 seconds and fires out a meteor that just destroys the world. The explosive Fatalis snot rocket is actually far worse. Ow. Well, thank you. But as you can see, Yuli, it was unnecessary. That was very funny on my screen, because of course there was no Nahabra on my screen. All I saw was... look, I was initially going to remark that Twipsy, having broken free of the mud so quickly, yet not having turned on the spot, must mean that he used a cleanser, but then I see him on the ground, paralyzed. Fair enough. Can you not cross the map, please? Or cross the area. Maybe cross the map would mean the whole locale. Can you please turn on the spot? Why is this hidden information? Why does no one know this? It's annoying. It's the sort of thing that everyone needs to know, but no one knows it. It frustrates me terribly. Make up your mind, man. Oh, for goodness sake. How long does that last? Who's got the patience for that shit? Fucking asshole. At least Twipsy's dealing good damage for a change. Okay. I don't like this Barroth. His AI is pissing me off. This is a small Barroth, by the way. Maybe not a gold crown small, but definitely fucking small. Ugh. If you could restrain yourself from being such an irritant, that would be mighty helpful. I feel bad for Tipsy. I feel like he's guaranteed to get mud blight every time some mud goes out. He's using the Uragan set, he'll be alright. I don't know if you saw what happened there, but I didn't have enough stamina to block both the hit and the mud, so I got hit with... I blocked the impact, but I got the mud. And I didn't realise that that's how that was going to work, but it certainly did. I think the way that situation turned out was evidence of that fact. Oh, please. The lack of mobility of Gunlance is starting to hurt me. Emotionally. Fucking hell. Thank you. I should just be using Mega Potions, honestly. Ultra slow-mo Barroth. Alright. That's that hunt. Give me Mega Potions. I'm in need of them. Well played, says Twipsy. Not really. There you go. This fits 2 glasses full. 440 mils. Which means that this must be a 220 ml glass. I never knew that. I'm still carving, do not interrupt me. Ugh. A dense and decadent Imperial Pastry Stout. Oh yes, I've read this before. This was the... I forgot about that. This was the Imperial Stout that took me by surprise. I thought that it was not a pastry stout, and then I read on the side while live. Oh, it's a pastry stout. And, yeah, but it's not super sweet. This is the thing. The sound of pastry stout... I did not mean to fucking take that. The sound of pastry stout, just as a phrase, would indicate that it's some really sweet thing, but it's not. It's got a proper stout flavour. With sweet notes, I guess, but it's not the dominant flavour of the beer, fortunately. I'm not really a fan of that. I don't like really sweet beer. Believe me, there are some fucking pastry stouts out there. It's like, I don't know. Drinking marshmallows or whatever. Yeah, cheers to you as well, Palka. I drink this out of a small glass just to better enjoy it. You can savour it better. Deep Sixer Devil Joe. Okay. I don't mind. Tipsy has taken it upon himself to just post whatever he wants. I don't think Yuli is... Oh no, Yuli's now Hunter rank 107, good for him. I was playing with Yuli when he was low rank in this game. Yuli primarily plays Monster Hunter 3G. But... apparently... 3G has emptied out, they're all playing Rise now. Don't know what the fuck is wrong with them, but anyway. Yeah, so Yuli is now willing to play here, which is strange, because as far as I'm concerned, this community's fucking dead as well. But it's good that he can play here with me. I would not be willing to play the game a second time. I just wouldn't be, no way. But apparently he is. It's good for me. Twipsy is thanking us for helping him. I don't mind. I'm going to use Rapid Dragon Bow. Whatever that happens to be. Probably Zenoga. Yes. Not standard Zenoga, but of course Stygian Zenoga. But yeah, Rapid Dragon Bow, and I don't know if I've really properly demonstrated this. It's a fun way to hunt a Deviljho. Just very head-focused, and you'll find that you can comfortably hip-fire, which is to say, shoot without specifically aiming, at the face with consistent accuracy, and it's effective. It's good. And it feels good. I enjoy it. I discovered it back in Portable Third, that was a viable way to hunt Deviljho. You can of course aim for the chest if you want, but the face is just there. I don't really need this stuff in here. Give myself some... Oh, that's right. I think at some point I accidentally took an extra... What was it? What did I take that I didn't mean to take? Was it a Nibble Snarf thing? Might have been Nibble Snarf. Let's have a look. Where is Nibble Snarf stuff? What the fuck? Where is it? Isn't it yellow? Must be here. Alright. Do I have too much of something here? I knew it! Yeah, just had to hunt down that Nibble Snarf Cortex stack. Alright. Sorry to keep you waiting. I had business to attend to. Now, the gun hammer, in case anyone needed to know, is not appropriate for this hunt. This guy's hammer skill unfortunately falls woefully short of what is needed for a Deviljho hunt. If you're going to hammer a Deviljho, you need to be pretty good with a hammer. I was disturbed upon first attempting to hunt a Deviljho with a hammer back in try. It disturbed me so acutely that I did not use a hammer against a Deviljho for at least 7 or 8 years after that one hunt. It took one hunt and I said, never again. And I mean, I think I have improved as a hunter user since then. Excuse me, a hunter user. A hammer user. That was me combining the possibility of saying hammer user or hammer hunter. So I said hunter user. Anyway, I've probably improved since then, but I still almost refuse to use a hammer against a Deviljho. Yuli's willing. Look at him go. Yeah, it's viable, isn't it? As you can tell. Interestingly, it's nicer in Portable Third. The Rapid is a little different in Portable Third, honestly. It shoots more thickly, if that makes sense. The Rapid is even more focused in this game, which is technically a good thing. Technically a good thing. I'm assuming that the stomach is a shot zone, but even if it's not like a particularly good shot zone, it is an elemental weak point as well, as I understand. Well, the flinch makes it seem good anyway. You know what? You are such a waste of fucking space. Fuck off. Whoops. But yeah, greater accuracy is certainly needed for 3 ultimate bow versus... well, 3 ultimate rapid bow versus Portable Third rapid bow. In Portable Third it just, I don't know, it's got a wider hitbox, I guess, if that makes sense. Or at least it appears to have a wider hitbox. There you go. That should be a broken face. Yeah, double break on the face already. Unsurprisingly, because I'm essentially aiming for the face and so is Yuli. Twipsy has completely surrendered the head to Yuli, which is the right thing to do, honestly. Could you imagine? I mean, Yuli's not using an appropriate hammer either, but at least Yuli is making up for it with good, consistent hits. So Twipsy interrupting that DPS that Yuli has would be a bad thing. Okay. Ethan has informed me that he is fully erect. Not partially erect, but fully. As for what actually prompted that full erection, I'm not going to theorize about that, but good for him. I don't think the monsters have wider hitboxes in Portable Third. They might, but I have a distinct feeling that that was a joke comment. But yeah, Rapid Bow is good fun. Oh, Yuli's dead. Good night. Ugh. There you go. Isn't that just terribly satisfying? The thing is that it's easy and effective. You combine low effort with effective play, and you get greater satisfaction. I mean, there is satisfaction associated with putting effort in and getting a return on investment, but it's also very nice to just lazily shit on a monster. And Rapid Bow on a Devil Joe, at least for me, gives that feeling. I did acknowledge that that was coming my way, but I thought that just being able to walk away with my bow charged would be enough to get me out of the way of that, but sadly not. Hey, that's good to hear. Ethan, that's good to hear. You're doing the fucking night shift again. Hey. I am pleased to hear it. Ethan can have an Australian sleep schedule again, even though he's in the US. Alright. Well, I'm happy to hear it. It's very good news. Ow. It is what it is. I mean, we've had very conflicting schedules that, yeah, deal with it, asshole. You deserve every moment of that KO. Stupid monopolist. But yeah, we've had very conflicting schedules and it hasn't been easy, but those days, hopefully, are over. Let's play some 4 Ultimate, Ethan, seriously. I don't know if we'll do it tonight. I mean, tonight for you, today for me. As in after the live stream. I don't know, I mean, it depends, but because I need to make food after this. I haven't eaten yet, so maybe or maybe not today, but we'll see. We definitely need to do some 4 Ultimate, though. It gives me an opportunity to play it as well. I don't play it enough anymore. You're at work at the moment? Okay. Well, what that means is that maybe that will work. We'll see. Depends how late you're fucking staying up. Like, if you're staying up until the early hours of the morning, that's not going to be a problem. And when I say the early hours of the morning, I mean sunrise, man. That's not going to be a problem. I didn't even get a flinch on a weak part of the monster, but I'll take it. I tried to roll that, but I couldn't. That was a bad shot. Oh. That's my last power coating. Very good. How the fuck is this thing still alive? Oh, that's right. It's because Yuli's using a fire hammer. If Yuli were using an appropriate hammer for this hunt, my god, this thing would be dead. For certain. Somebody on here sounds like Link from Phantom Hourglass. Must be Yuli. Specifically Phantom Hourglass. I don't know if the Phantom Hourglass Link yell was all that different from, say, the Minish Cap, but sure, we'll go with that. You might be right, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's the sound of Yuli yelling while swinging his hammer. He's got a female character with a funny voice. I must forego my charge for that. I did actually successfully roll that, it's just that it's got a sustained hitbox, so, which is to say that it's not this instantaneous thing, it actually lasts for a while. It does sound like Link, okay, I'll trust you on that. Well, if that's the game that comes to mind, I'll trust you on that. It probably does sound like that. I can't quite hear it as clearly as you. You guys can hear the game sound better than I can. It is that way by design. But it's a long story as to why I do that. And not a particularly interesting one either. Yuli has died twice. Not a happy day for Yuli, I have to say. I'm going to do a focus fucking arc shot. Yeah, focus arc shot. Waste of damage, because it doesn't deal much of it. Why are you still alive? What? You're not even limping, what's going on? Does bow suck or something? Or am I the only damage dealer here? Let's actually put this into context. Twipsy is using an unupgraded firehammer. This thing, it turns into like the Imperial Gunhammer, which has got an interesting dark chrome fucking look. That's not what his hammer looks like. It is entirely unupgraded. And as well as that, it's fire, so it's not dealing much elemental damage either. In addition to that, Yuli is using a fire hammer that may have decent raw damage, but again, it's fire, so he's losing out on lots of that damage. Goodbye, up the north. I would feel sorry for you, but that was so cinematic that I enjoyed every moment of it. But anyway, I feel like I'm the only damage dealer here, and it has to be said that whether you're using Rapid or Pierce or whatever, it doesn't actually matter. Twipsy's going for supplies during the paralysis. But yeah, it doesn't matter what bow you're using. Bow is not extremely damaging. It's not this insanely damaging weapon type. Yet I am now the primary damage dealer, which is awkward, I suppose. But that would essentially be why we've failed to kill this thing by now. Can you die now, please? Well, it would indeed help if I could be on target with my attack. With my arrows, whatever I want to say. These things do certainly help. Well, that would have been on target with the face, except that he flinched backwards. Ugh. I can't believe this is still going on. This is pretty bad. This is not a good... I mean, here I am going on about how this is a room with good players. I mean, Yuli's great at the game. He's a good hunter. Probably always has been, but you know. Bad weapons are bad weapons. A handicap is a handicap. I'm using a bow and he's using a totally inappropriate hammer, so... yeah. What can I say? We're practically two-manning it, also. It is worth mentioning, because Twipsy is not contributing. Be careful, says Twipsy. That is true, we do have only one death available to us. Let's just go for the capture. I do have a trap, so I'll drop it. Come on. Get over here. Maybe one day. Apparently I'm the only one who brought trains, which is fine. That's very good of you to upswing me, thank you. Really helps with the capturing process. Maybe it's for good luck. Oh goodness. Oh, my shoulders need a bit of a realignment. Oh. Can someone please dislocate my shoulder and then put it back in? Don't do that. I don't think that would be good. I don't see that. I don't see how that could be good for anyone. Certainly not for me. Glad I didn't die, said Twipsy. Well, it is just as well, because the best way for Twipsy to contribute to the hunt is by not dying. That is the situation. Hello, Autonomic. Ugh. Sell that stuff. Honestly, I would have rathered a Savage Devil Joe, but I really do not think that that would have ended in victory had we departed with the same loadout with the team. Which is to say, I should say, departed with the same team loadout. Meaning, you know, fire hammers. What is his hammer? What's going on here? Stop. Holy flying shit. When I said it was unupgraded, it is literally the first level of this hammer. It is the unupgraded gun hammer from early high rank. Holy shit. Well, maybe it's not the first upgrade. Actually, I seem to recall that it starts at low rank. But anyway, it's not good enough. I'm sorry, but it's just not good enough. You're doing your key quests? Man, I think there's another priority here. And it would be to make a decent loadout, but fine. I will do your Die Moralis for you. I'm sure it's a significant moment for you. But I think you would feel better about yourself if you at least had a loadout that could contribute meaningfully to the killing of the monster. Otherwise, what's the point? In the interest of not having it be a super long fucking hunt, I will bring Heavy Pierce. Oh, goodness me. I'd forgotten that this location was called the Tainted Sea. I'd completely forgotten about that. If someone asked me where where Die Moralis appears, I would not know where that would be. Tainted Sea, apparently. I want... Well, I'll bring Bone Husk S and Huskberries. Pin Tuna and Bird Wyvern Fangs. That is what I shall bring. That covers both Pierce level 3 and Pierce level 1 combinations. Yes. Okay. Very good. That should be sufficient. I have to say that it's very rare that I will need to combine all of my shots these days. For Pierce. In the past, perhaps, but most of the teams are good enough to, I guess, pick up the slack. Good on Mirausu. I've got Firewalker, which is actually helpful. Groomer not so much unless I want to go in there and fucking melee the head of the monster. I believe Groomer relates to KO damage, doesn't it? No, it does not. Never mind. Don't know what I'm getting confused with. Apparently, Twipsy doesn't even know what this monster is. Which is interesting. I do have to admit that it's a strange privilege to be able to sit here in the year of 2022 and hunt with a person who's just put a Diamoralis on the board and has never fought it before. Doesn't even know what it is. Wouldn't know what it looks like. It's interesting. And I just happened to come across this person while hunting randomly. Yuli says play careful then. Absolutely. Limit your contributions if you could. Yuli has also evaluated the situation and decided that a heavy bowgun with Pierce is best. Very good loadout for damage. But we have approached it a little differently. I've gone with mobility, he has gone with crouch fire. Two opposite ends of a spectrum. He is in for a treat. Diamoralis is a very cool monster. And I suppose the grandeur of the fight really does align with one's expectations of a final boss. Oh shit, fucking hell, sorry. I didn't realise that Yuli had readied up. I had no idea. Let's go. And we will be watching the cutscene. Enjoy, Twipsy. Weird name, though. But yeah, imagine watching this for the first time. When you see this, imagine that you've never seen any of this before, and you'll see that it's pretty cool. Very unique, and I suppose when you see it, there is that intimidation factor. It's that question that arises in the mind of how the hell am I going to kill this thing? Well, sadly, that guy has no real ability to get this thing killed. Yuli and I are just going to pierce this thing into oblivion, but anyway. I'm going to tell him to run for the water. what the hell is his reaction? Alright. Yeah, he's never even seen this monster before. It's great. Oh, I need to get out of the way. Oh shit. I wouldn't have gotten out of the way of that successfully if I didn't have Evade Extender. Presumably the effect stands while underwater. Of course, Yuli and I are both running challenges, so we both have a damage increase at the moment. I'll let you do your snap and drag if that's what you're doing. No, it seems that you're not. Make up your fucking mind, seriously. Oh my god. What annoying AI. Come on, do your thing. That's pretty cool though. Like if this is the first time you're hunting this monster, that's pretty cool. Ow. No, 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 I'm gonna die. Oh my god. I'm usually not put in that sort of position. That does not often happen, but that was unavoidable. What was I supposed to do? Fucking hell. That is a really wide attack effectiveness, I need to tell you. And I was right there, I was right in his sights. I'd already been flinched by an attack, so I couldn't very well get out of the way. And yeah, that was as bad as it gets. Twipsy's losing half of his health with every attack, in spite of his defense up. His defense up has basically made his high rank set G rank level defense, but not good G rank level defense as I recall. Apparently he's already going on land, which makes things a little easier. My critical distance will be better with Pierce. Are you in position for a Dragonator? You sure are. Fucking hell, let's get over there. Come on. Dragonator. Yuli and I think, have the same idea. Hit it. Ow! I'm genuinely frustrated, like any failure that I experience here. That got the leg, yeah. Cool. But yeah, I want no failure because we need to succeed here. It's not really acceptable for someone who is not doing this as their first hunt to take up one of the deaths. It's really not acceptable. Are you falling down? Yes, you are. I have to take the opportunity. Because the head of this monster is big enough to get like a full level 3 pierce shot through an entire weak point. So, have to do it. Again! Okay, now. I'll pierce from this side. It's going to be a little bit anticlimactic in the sense that this hunt is not going to go for as long as it really should. I remember my first Morales hunt, that was intense, you know. May have even failed the first one. But it was very different back then because everyone was feeling their way through the hunt, because this was when the game first came out. Most people who were hunting it didn't have much experience with Morales, and so we were working out what we could or couldn't get away with, and a lot of us had kind of bad defense for it as well, and yeah, it was just harder. Even with 4. Very different experience to this. This guy is coming in here with a totally inappropriate loadout, but with 2 hunters that are fucking well equipped to shit on this monster. Very different experience to what I would consider to be a good first time hunting this monster. Fuck off. Twipsy is dead. He found that funny. As you would. Literally, he got killed because Morales walked backwards. A very fatalis kind of death. You have to love that pierce sound effect in this game. It's so fucking satisfying. And the visual effect as well. It is the best it ever was. Trine 3 Ultimate had the best pierce sound effect and visual effect. I will only very rarely reference Rise, and I will even more rarely commend it. But Rise, if I remember, returned to that sound effect. Or at the very least, they acknowledged what was good about this sound effect and tried to recreate it in that game. So, that's one thing that fucking game has going for it. Ow. I'm doing my best to avoid it. I mean, one more death and we've failed this fucking quest, so I may as well consume a max potion? May as well, hey? Well, Elatrion as a final boss was actually harder than Dire Morales. Elatrion was genuinely difficult. Because he was so dynamic, he had so much going on, there was a lot to learn. This monster is very slow, and he lumbers around, and he's fairly easy to avoid, whereas Elatrion, he is aggressive, and he hurts, and there is a lot to learn about the movements and attack patterns of the monster. So as a final boss, really Elatrion is better than this monster. And it is also worth mentioning that a proper G rank Elatrion in this game is harder than Dire Morales. Perhaps not harder than Event Dire Morales. Event Dire Morales is kind of bad, and I would honestly recommend no one bother with it because it's not worth it. Higher chance to get Dire Dragon Gems, but they're not especially difficult to get anyway, so I don't think it's worth doing a fucking 20-minute hunt for a higher chance of Dire Dragon Gems. Not in my opinion. Actually, I'll shoot your face. The fact that he's still alive, really, sort of demonstrates his high health value. Because Yuli and I are absolutely butchering this thing. We're both running very high damage, so... Challenger Pierce, you know. With, I think, attack skills tacked onto it. Well played, says Tipsy. That's not a good first hunt, but... hopefully you'll work on your character from here on in. Or here on out, whatever, doesn't matter. Morales Fireclaw. I've probably got... Oh, I actually carved a Dire Dragon Gem, unsurprisingly. Remember when I said that they weren't hard to get? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want your Fire Claw. And I don't need all 9 carves, as it so happens. I can live without them. Got a smelter. Pure crystal. I need to sell some Morale scales. Very well. Hunter rank 508. Excuse me. That is my 15th Dire Dragon Gem. I now need to sell some Morale stuff. Wherever it is. I think Morales Evil Eye. What's harder to get? Dire Dragon Gem or Evil Eye? I guess Evil Eye is easier. It's strange because, of course, Evil Eye very much refers to Fatalis. And the, like a Fatalis Eye was the rare drop of Fatalis back in the older games, but I suppose Dire Dragon Gem ends up being the rarer drop here. It's best indicated by the rarity difference. You've got rarity 9 for Dire Dragon Gem, rarity 8 for Evil Eye. Now what the fuck is going on? I know for sure that I've got too much of something here. I have too much of one of these things. What's going on? Oh, here we go. I'm blind. That is the problem. Doomlink cannot see with his eyes. Oh. I don't have space for your guild card, I'm sorry. Goodbye, Twipsy. Well. Hope you enjoyed your first Morales hunt. Okay. People begged. Well. Autonomics tells me that when Elatrion was added to World, people begged to make him easier because no one knew how to find him. I understand that he was a little different there, though. He had like an instant kill attack. They had to do that because they made hunters so fucking strong in World, because Capcom doesn't care about balancing their Monster Hunter games. That the only way to make Elatrion a challenge was to literally give him an instant kill attack, so... yeah. That's how that works. So I would say that the relevance of that point is diminished by the fact that it was considered so difficult because of what Capcom had to do to make it difficult, because it's Monster Hunter World. What have we got? Just Azure Rathalos? Very well. I'm fine with that. Oh, goodness. What would be fun to use? Alright, Elemental Lightbow Gun, and I'll bring Thunder. The Nether Flosion. I'm still not entirely sure if that's the correct pronunciation, but I'm going to go with that. It's either Floction or Flosion. But Floction sounds very awkward, doesn't it? It's probably Flosion. That's probably what they intend for it to sound like. Well, no one was begging to make Behemoth easier. At least not that I can recall. Of course, by the time Behemoth came out, I wasn't really playing World anymore, but... You know, I did fight Behemoth in the end, because... I was still playing PC when he came out on PC. It was, you know, they were the twilight years of my World career, but... You know, whatever that ended up being... Let's put a date on it. August 2019. That was probably around the last time. He probably came out before then, let's imagine. Oh. June 2019? Something like that. But I didn't play for much longer. And I didn't really enjoy Behemoth. I found him to be... not cheesy or cheap. But I suppose part of it was that I didn't like that he came from Final Fantasy. He didn't feel like a Monster Hunter monster, I suppose, was really my major gripe. And it is only natural that it would feel that way, because he was not intended to be a Monster Hunter monster. He was literally brought over from Final Fantasy 14 or whatever it was. So, yeah. Not really my thing. What am I doing? I'm bringing Thundershots and combination materials for Thundershots. That is what I'm doing. I didn't consume any huskberries in the previous hunt, so I should have plenty in my inventory. I just need to bring flashbugs. And well, I will bring normal shots, although they shouldn't be necessary. But I will consider it to be a case of me stocking up for a future hunt. Not necessarily this one, but for a future hunt. And they sure did, Autonomic. I have a reaction video that I recorded when the reveal for the Witcher crossover took place. There was a live reveal for it, and I was recording it. And I wanted to record my reactions. I didn't know what was going to happen. I actually didn't know what it was about. And it came in the form of an update. Like a Monster Hunter World update. And I was like, okay. So I recorded it. And then, literally, I'm sitting here. We're going through things that are happening. I think, I can't remember his name, you know, the guy who's involved in the production of World, who usually talks to you about it. The Japanese guy. He was, you know, doing his usual monologue, and then next thing you know, fucking Geralt from The Witcher comes through a fucking portal into Monster Hunter World, and I'm laughing, and I'm like, no, please don't, stop, please stop. And yeah, it was a genuine reaction. I mean, it was late at night, and I was trying not to make too much noise, but fucking hell. If it were in the middle of the day, I would have been screaming. I would have been like, fuck off. I think, what did I call the video? It was, I don't remember what it was called now, but it was a genuine, heartfelt reaction to what I saw to be an intensely embarrassing moment for Capcom. Not really for them, I mean, they wouldn't care. They're like, well, this is great. We're going to have some Witcher players playing The Witcher. Or playing Monster Hunter, rather. I don't think it would be unusual for Witcher players to be playing The Witcher. That would be expected, for reasons that I don't need to elucidate upon. But yeah. I think this is, I think I called it, "This is so bad," or something like that. I don't know. I'll link it in the Discord, but I was just disgusted by it. I was laughing at the time, but I was also simultaneously deeply disgusted by it. I suppose, I haven't recently said this, so I will at least furnish my audience with my opinion when it comes to Monster Hunter crossovers. Listen, Monster Hunter crossovers should only be event quests that give special weapons, special armor, and things of that sort. That is where crossovers should begin and end in the Monster Hunter series. When you start to carry over monsters and characters from other series into Monster Hunter, you start to actually depreciate the series. The series begins to lose its dignity when Geralt of Rivia starts interacting with people from the fucking, Monster Hunter World fleet. I can't remember what they're called, but it doesn't matter. It's stupid. It's really not... It is unbecoming of Monster Hunter to be engaging in that sort of stupidity, and I'm sure some people would say in response to that, oh, you're taking it too seriously, Doomlink. Well, I say it in the context of Monster Hunter World literally being designed for a new generation of gamers who don't appreciate what makes Monster Hunter special. That's the context within which I make this statement. It is just a further insult to the series to start bringing over these other fucking monsters and characters, because what it does is it ruins the story and the canon of the series. It makes it look like it's just a, let's not take the story and the setting seriously. Let's just look at it as a video game. It sort of ruins the immersion, you see. That's what it is. It's immersion breaking. I don't think that it's going to break the immersion to accept that there are going to be some special event quests that the player can do to get some interesting weapon and armor designs. But when you've got Geralt of Rivia coming through a fucking portal, that's when you haven't just overstepped the line, you've done an Olympic fucking long jump over the line, and essentially decided to say, in having allowed that you are unwilling to maintain the dignity of the series. And then, in case you needed a further demonstration of Capcom's unwillingness to maintain the dignity of the series, you had the fucking Hollywood movie, the Monster Hunter movie. So, yeah. Both that fucking Witcher crossover and that movie were an extension of everything that was wrong with Monster Hunter World and what it brought to the series. That's what that was. Hello, Arexion. But yeah, that was the situation. I happily express these sentiments to you because I haven't recently done it. It's probably been, I don't know, over a year since I last talked about Monster Hunter crossovers in 5th gen, but holy shit. And he gets straight back. Holy shit. I feel sorry for that Jagia, but it was so entertaining that I also simultaneously don't feel so sorry for him. I mean, look at him over there. You were a hero. I witnessed the travesty that was visited upon you, my friend. It was intensely entertaining, but also, it was enough to stop the show. I had to take a moment to witness, appreciate, and acknowledge your suffering. Holy shit. That one Jagia was utterly decimated by that Rathalos. And can you stop flying away? Like, what the fuck happened there? Did Yuli throw a dung bomb? I don't know. Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, you say don't forget, bread users, but I had long since stopped playing World by the time that movie tie-in event quest took place. I only heard it from a person, and let me tell you one thing. Are you for real? What's going on? Am I playing 1st gen? This is some 1st gen Rathalos movement. Yuli and I are in good stead. Like, we are well placed to deal with this. But, to be honest, I'd rather not deal with it here. I say that because Yuli and I have played a lot of 1st gen together, but, this sort of behavior is intolerable. This is 3rd gen, not fucking 1st gen. So, give it a rest, man. I had the immense displeasure of expressing my complete and utter, unalloyed disdain for the Monster Hunter movie, and I talked about how it was clearly not fucking canon. You know, some giant fucking Rathalos, and it was just this poorly cobbled together thing. And some guy in my chat at the time, this was, you know, a year and a half ago, presumably, some guy in the chat had the fucking temerity to suggest that it was canon because there was an event quest in Monster Hunter World that tied into that fucking movie. Now, needless to say, they did that because it was the Monster Hunter movie and Capcom wanted to acknowledge the fact that it existed, okay? So, it's not making it canon because there's a fucking event quest that relates to it. It's like saying that it is canon that fucking Geralt of Rivia appeared in Monster Hunter. It's like, yeah, awesome. Where does Geralt of Rivia and The Witcher factor into the Monster Hunter lore? You tell me that. I don't care so much about the Monster Hunter lore, but you fucking tell me, furthermore, how that fucking movie makes any sense. And how that relates in any way to Monster Hunter. That movie was nothing more than a pathetic and blatant cash grab that didn't even do the series the courtesy of being carefully crafted and the result of someone's passion and inspiration. It was weak, it was dead, it was empty, it was bereft of all... I am very sorry. But, yeah, it was literally bereft of all passion that one would expect to see in the production of a movie. I mean, you know, any movie is the brainchild of some creative person, but this guy, the guy who made this movie, was literally, he was placed before him was the Monster Hunter, and he was like, oh, I can make a generic action movie based on this. And he made one, okay? There was no passion, no inspiration, nothing. It was dead. It was an empty movie. And you know how people excused that fucking movie? They said, oh, well, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. Oh, okay, so we're going to, in the year of whatever that was, 2019? I don't know. When did that come out? Maybe 2020, I don't know. At any rate, when that movie came out, the idea that it's somehow acceptable for a Monster Hunter movie to be utterly generic and lacking in all substance, the idea that that's somehow excusable really does reveal the extent to which the Monster Hunter community's standards fell, and people actually spent money to fucking see that movie. It's a shocking revelation for me to realize that someone actually spent money to see that fucking movie is enough to make me want to extricate myself from the Monster Hunter community, effective immediately. And quite frankly, nothing that I do can really excuse the fact that I was ever a part of the community in the first place, because that's how fucking pathetic and stupid that sort of thing is. Literally, a blatant cash grab comes out, has no redeeming factors whatsoever, nothing about it smacks of inspiration or passion. It's just generic. The epitome of generic movie making. And people go and pay to see it because, oh, it'll be funny. Dickhead! You are literally financing this shit. You're financing it by going out and seeing it. Oh, yeah, real funny, real smart. You put a lot of thought into that, didn't you? Of all the things that fucking offend me in this shit community, that is probably the most offensive thing. The fact that people went and saw that movie in cinemas. It's disgusting. It is fucking disgusting. I will never, ever forgive any person. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's my best friend. I think even Ethan may have paid money to see it. Fuck him. Ethan, what's wrong with you? Any of you who saw that movie and contributed money to see it, fuck you. Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, of course, it still lost money. It didn't lose enough money. It should have lost more. And in seeing it, because you had this morbid curiosity, oh, I want to see how bad it is, you forgot that in paying money to see it, you have actually acknowledged that it's worth seeing. There was nothing about that movie that was worth seeing. It was literally the crystallization of everything that World was to the series that demeaned it, depreciated it, and ruined it for all time. That is what that movie was, and people paid money to fucking see it. It is repulsive beyond all measure. That is what that movie is, and that is what the whole scenario of people going and paying to see it is also. It's fucking atrocious. If you paid money to see it, I forgive you if you acknowledge what you did wrong. If you acknowledge what you did wrong, that's fine. But if you sit there and go, oh no, I don't regret it, it was funny, it was funny, shit movie. You're a dick. You are an absolute class A bell end. Because nothing about that movie was worth paying money to see it. The only way that the production team and anyone involved in that movie is going to understand that you don't like it, the only way that they're going to acknowledge that is by seeing that you didn't pay to see it. Not you personally, but people. The fact that people didn't pay to see it should be enough. That is what tells them that it was a bad movie. You going to see it because it's funny, to them is, oh, we made a movie that's worth watching. That person paid to see it because they wanted to see it. That's all it means to them. Anyway. Animal Crossing is canon in Generations Ultimate. Was Animal Crossing fully brought into it? Again, as I say, event quests that involve weapons and armor that are purely cosmetic, in my opinion, does not negatively impact the canon of the series. Did Animal Crossing, like, literally have Animal Crossing stuff? Like characters and all of that? Now, I would assert, or I would contend, not. I don't think that is what happened. World was the first time when they're literally bringing these characters into the fold. I'll just go longsword. I'll keep it simple. I do love this longsword. I don't use it very often. In fact, I don't think I've even crafted it in this game. I think I only made it in Portable Third, but... Whoa! What the fuck is going on? Did you just witness that? That was... I think my game's haunted. Holy shit. Anyway. Yeah, green sharpness. I feel real good about myself. It's a very cool longsword, though. One cannot deny it. This is the point. I mean, we're discussing cosmetic things here. Cosmetics are fine. You know, the mere sight of Sonic the Hedgehog as a feline is not going to make me think that Sonic exists in Monster Hunter. Oh! That's not what's going on. It's not literally a quest where I'm, you know, accompanying or even playing as Geralt of fucking Rivia. It's just different. There's a different degree to which a different story, a different world is brought into the Monster Hunter story. Again, you've got a line of acceptability, and once you cross that line, it gets very awkward. And Monster Hunter World, as I said before, did not just cross the line, they did an Olympic long jump over the line and said, hey, guess what? The dignity of Monster Hunter means nothing to us. If it meant anything to us, we wouldn't have made this game in the first place. Hey, the game's pretty. Aren't the animations nice? Yeah, that's what you care about. Clearly that's what you care about. Because you all fucking bought the game. And I did that too. I bought it twice. I bought it on PS4 and PC. I'm guilty of that. But guess what? I didn't make the same mistake with Rise. Bought it once, that was enough. That was fucking enough. Just needed to play it for about 7 days, and that was enough for me to realise that, hey, while I don't regret buying it because I needed to play it to find out whether or not I liked it, I'm certainly not going to contribute my money to Capcom and the Monster Hunter series ever again. Because fuck them. Oops. Quite awkwardly, green sharpness is actually not good enough to hit the wings without bouncing, so I have to either aim for the head, chest, or back. Or rump or ass. Posterior buttocks. Okay? That's what I'm having to do right now. I will save sonic bombs for when they are appropriate. Oh my god. Can you get poisoned now, please? What's the second monster? This is depressing. Take that. How are you not poisoned? Do you have some kind of poison resistance that I didn't know about? Ugh. Flash bomb time. I really need to sharpen. It displeases me greatly to see that my sharpness level is this fucking low, but I did start at green sharpness, so it's not quite as inexcusable. Oh, you're limping. I wonder what that means. At least the poison will whittle down the health. Goodbye. What do we carve off here? Rations, maybe? Oh no, first aid meds. Very well. It's nearly 2 in the afternoon, fucking hell. What have you done today, Doomlink? Well, I got out of bed, went to the local pub and slipped into their bottle shop, bought some wine and some beer, and then I came home and recorded a video. That's how I've spent my day. Yeah, it's 2 PM. This is how we communicate. Now, a poison longsword versus Rathian, not really a good choice. Not what I would recommend for a person to equip. But I saw a longsword and I realized that it was such a cool, edgy fucking longsword that I simply couldn't stop myself. In moment of pure lack of control, I equipped this longsword. Well, I chose this as my loadout, I suppose I would say. There you go. We are in red charge level. My damage output is at its maximum. I can't even... Like, it's not even a quote from anything, but I'm actually saying it incorrectly, despite the fact that it's not even a quote from anything. I could, you know, alternatively do the Chancellor Palpatine unlimited power joke, but that's so fucking 2003. So I'm gonna resist the temptation. Stop! You also have to commit to it in a very awkward way. Because he doesn't just say it, like he really... You know, it's that... Like, you have to do the whole thing. I did the low amplitude version of that. The one that can be conveyed through more of a grunt than a scream, but, you know. The scream is where it really comes out. That's where the emotion is conveyed. Stop! What kind of attack is that, where it can fucking hit a player from behind the monster? Whoever designed Pink Rathian should be strung up and hung from a fucking castle wall in Wessex. Anyway. Well, we've got a trap down, but I regret to say that I can't immediately avail myself of that opportunity to deal damage. I did, however, contribute at least partially to that. I've got a nice pink jacket on. Well, more like a vest. I guess you'd call that a vest, wouldn't you? No, it's not a... Well, is it a vest? Yeah, I'll call this a vest. Pink vest. Likely purple Ludroth related. I am looking quite notably non-binary at the moment. Look at me. Look how non-binary I look. Is it a guy or a girl? I don't know. But it's 2022. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. I also have ADHD and take heavy medication. Entirely unrelated, I'm sure. Just for the record, I don't have ADHD. That was part of the joke. Anyway. Also, the degree to which that was a joke is up for speculation. I am actually quite sick of being hit by that attack from behind the monster. I should not be even close to being hit by that, but I'm consistently being hit by it. I'm really sick of this. Hey! If you didn't fall over there, I would have been in trouble. I would have been hit. That would have happened. No! The fact that I didn't get hit by that is a miracle of Christ. Okay, I kind of deserve that. Alright, that's okay. There's nothing I can do about it. I should have been hit in the first instance, and quite quickly, the equilibrium of the world was restored in me actually being hit by the follow-up. So, that's fine. Is it a guy or a girl? Find out next week. Who's that Pokemon? Just kidding, it's not actually a Pokemon. Are you assuming my species? Anyway. Yuli's in trouble. Ugh. I did actually iframe that in quite a spectacular way. Yuli, on the other hand. Yuli, on the other hand, is struggling to iframe anything. Which is fine. It's just that I don't want to fail. Hey! We just succeeded in the quest. Ugh. Congrats. Hello, Rachel. I think Rachel... perhaps not. I have a distinct feeling that Rachel was the person who joined and left before. But I think that that is not the case. I think it may be that the person who joined before also had a fully capitalized name, but I don't think their name was Rachel. Apparently that was my best. That was not good enough to be an S rank, but actually we were very close to an S rank. Had I not died, I think we would have succeeded in S ranking that. Oh well. Pinnacle coin. That may have been my first time doing that quest. That particular arena quest. I hope. Because honestly, that was not an amazing time. How does this... like, are you having a conversation with yourself? Can someone help me on a quest, please? Who, me? What? You are perfectly within your rights to conduct a conversation with yourself, but you're on camera, man. It's being broadcast to the world. Like, really? Why do you look like a midget? Is it just... you look like the handler from World, and you simultaneously look like a midget. I don't know why, but in standing here, you look like a real midget. A genuine article of dwarfism. Anyway. Sorry, I'm becoming especially offensive at the moment. Apparently Yuli is willing to do a high rank quest, so I shall join it. Partially unwilling though. Of course, when I see a quest that I wouldn't want to do under most circumstances, the question becomes, what loadout would make it fun? But there's nothing coming to mind. No matter what I choose here, I'm not going to enjoy this quest. So, I guess a joke loadout is my only option. What do you mean, Doomlink? Greatsword is always a great loadout. Not if you're using the Eisenfaust. Giant black fist. Yeah. Giant black fist. You know what that means, don't you? But I better not get on that subject. That's still a hot topic, isn't it? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, I think I am well and truly out of Imperial Stout. I don't want to have anything else. Like, I suppose I could have wine, but I don't really want wine. I'm not in the mood. I've been live for 2 hours and 20 minutes, almost. I probably don't need to be live for much longer. I'll have this be my last hunt, okay? I'm sure we can all accept that. Honestly, it is only in high rank quests when I can feel like I'm using a decent greatsword. When I equip the Eisenfaust. The thing with the Eisenfaust is that it is so bad. Like, there's nothing redeemable about it. It just sucks. It's a bad weapon. Comparatively, of course. Because your point of comparison is the Diablo's Greatsword, which is, on every level, so much better than this Greatsword. And yet, this Greatsword requires you to kill Devil Joe naked 5 times. So, yeah, what the fuck. Stop. Your wing is in the way. I'm gonna punch you in the head. I can now comfortably tell anyone who asks that I have punched a Plesioth in the head. I think most people would want to do that. The difference is I've actually done it. Is it satisfying? Absolutely. Hey Ethan, if you're still watching, when are you getting home, man? We need to play some 4 Ultimate. That's when I start doubling down on the white wine. Okay. I don't think you need that on camera right now. It would be fine, it's just that... I don't know. I do get a bit too offensive, to be honest. Let me put it this way. I don't mean to actually offend people or make them feel bad or anything like that. It's just, I do hold very stark opinions, and sometimes they are agreeable and other times they are very much not. And if an opinion has behind it the sentiment of accumulated frustration, yes, I do say it in a very vitriolic and visceral fashion. Like, I will speak my mind in that sort of way. And I feel less willing to hold my tongue when the alcohol flows. It is the nature of the substance. There's no part of me that regrets using this fucking greatsword in this hunt, by the way. I feel aptly handicapped. I really do. Although, I've mentioned this before, the sense of perspective underwater does make it hard to actually be on target with the greatsword. I'm very frequently swinging it out of range. I can't believe we're doing this quest. Yuli is just too willing to accommodate people. I think Plesioth's going to die very soon. Okay. You're leaving the area, that's fine. I suppose that is a theme of my live streams, Araxian, yeah. It is part of the package, you know. If a person, imagine a person watching me that does not enjoy, or at least tolerate, my loudmouthed opinions. What the fuck are you eating? What is that? It's a dead Epioth. Oh my god, I didn't even notice this. This looks like a Nintendo 64 graphic. Are you seeing this? Am I playing, like... I don't know. Banjo-Kazooie right now? That was the first thing that came to mind. I didn't want to, you know, mention a Zelda game, because if I mention a Zelda game, you guys are going to be like, oh, that's so you, Doomlink, to mention a Zelda game. Well... that's some Nintendo 64 shit. That is utterly inexcusable. This game came out in 2011. I don't know when it came out in Japan on this system. Let's just imagine 2013, alongside the Western release. 2013, and you've got graphics that look like they're from 1998. It's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. You can do better than that. Ugh, see that tail? It almost looks as if it would go over your head, but it doesn't, because that would be far too easy to deal with now, wouldn't it? The only reason why this thing has lived for so long is because Yuli's using a gun lance, and gun lances fucking suck. Like, Yuli has opted to use a water gun lance against a Plesioth, which is, you know, obviously a handicap. And I'm using a giant fist, so there you go. This really should be proof that this greatsword sucks. I'm admittedly performing at a low level. I'm not exactly demonstrating incredible fucking gameplay right now, but I'm hitting the monster frequently enough where if this were actually a good greatsword, the damage would have been dealt to kill this thing by now. Can you die? I don't regret handicapping myself, but I do regret having to extend the confrontation. Now you're going back over here. Well, I don't have much experience with the Metal Gear games, but I'll trust you that Revengeance looks good. Look, some Nintendo 64 games have aged better than others. Some really haven't. I mean, let's all be honest, GoldenEye? No. No. GoldenEye has not aged well, but I'm sure that there are examples that are fine. I would say, just to name another obvious one, Super Mario 64 has aged fine. Not in terms of the controls, but in terms of how it looks, yeah. There's nothing wrong with how it looks. But that's the Nintendo touch, you know. The idea that they can make something look good with limited graphics. It aged well, visually. But if you play the game, you start to realize, whoa, this is Nintendo's first 3D game, and it fucking shows. Like, this is a platformer, and I feel like the game doesn't know how to actually handle that sort of controller input. So, I feel like when I play Mario 64, sorry, Super Mario 64, this is back in the 90s, this is when Mario was almost, like, naturally referred to as Super Mario rather than Mario. But, yeah, that game, you're fighting the controls more than you're actually playing the game. That's how it feels. But there's something to be said for getting used to that. There's a special skill set associated with Super Mario 64 that once you get used to it, you can say that, hey, I play that game well. Not only can I deal with the actual challenges presented by the game itself, but I can also deal with those really awkward controls. And that camera that basically doesn't work. I felt GoldenEye was hard to control as a kid. Well, if I were to go back and play GoldenEye now, I'd probably be holding in my lunge. It wouldn't be good. I actually remember it distinctly. About 13, 14 years ago, I looked at GoldenEye gameplay and I said to myself, that looks like absolute shit. And that was the first time when I realized that GoldenEye aged really badly. But it has a special place in a lot of people's hearts, so I'm not gonna be this iconoclastic fucking asshole and start talking about how it was bad, but you know, I'm sure it has its value. People still play it, if you can believe it. I'm not against playing it. I may actually play it at some point, but I'd probably play it in Japanese, honestly. I'd play it on my gold Japanese Nintendo 64, that's what I'd do. I was also very confused on how they expected me to hold a Nintendo 64 controller. That is one of those games, I think, that used all of the fucking buttons on the controller too. Like, you used the D-pad, the analog stick, and the buttons on the right side, and it's like, well, should I have 3 hands? What's going on? Anyway. But yeah, I think that will conclude my live stream. I will make some fucking food for myself because I haven't eaten today. It is 2 p.m. I've got plenty of stout in me, but not much of anything else. So I will go and sustain myself with food, which is, as I hear, good for humans. Humans do enjoy food. And, yeah, I will see you all when I'm next recording something. I don't want to just do Monster Hunter, I want to do some other things as well, so the sooner I do that, the better. It will never have the sort of viewership that Monster Hunter has, but I hope those of you watching live now will be willing to watch, Souls and perhaps other games as well, like Castlevania. We shall see. But I will bid you all farewell for the moment, and I thank you all for watching up until this point. Bye-bye for now.